Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah. I want to welcome you to Healthy Marriage Tips. I know it's been a while since I have been online. Been busy doing some other things. I apologize, but I am getting back, and I hope to go ahead and get some material up within the next few days. We shall see. Today's video is on when the bonds break, splitting up the family. And I went ahead and did this because of some comments left on the page, and I was responding to those. Francine Carnegie left a comment, I would like advice on someone who splits family and others against you and will team up with them to attack you offline and online, trashing you, and also throw things and destroy property at the home, throwing things, slamming doors, destroying ingredients, and she goes on. That's a tall order, and I don't see a way that I'm going to be able to deal with all of that today. I'm focusing mainly on the splitting that goes on. Now, there's various times that the bonds that hold family together will face this splitting crisis. One of the things is, when you join two people together in marriage, it's almost like gluing two pieces of paper together. And then when you try to separate them after the glue has dried, it rips and tears into it, something fierce. And likewise, when you start splitting up families, it's not a pretty sight. There's rips and tears and damage done. In some cases, these things are happening through the advent of death or an illness, some cases divorce. But more recently, I have seen many cases of where this is coming up because of all the social pressures. Some families, as they were going through the COVID crisis, literally split and won't allow other family members to socialize and visit with them. And I know that this is something not only in families. I was reading online last night that even in the dating world now, your vaccine status will determine whether or not some people will go ahead and go out with you on dates. So it has been a rough and rocky road for each of us. But let me go ahead and get to the splitting of the family. This happens, there's various reasons for it, and literally when people do it, they often form alliances, team up with other family members or friends or extended family to essentially team up. If there is this type of teaming up going on, you can rest assured that there are games being played, because naturally we deal with one another on a one-on-one basis, and when you have the organized team efforts, either people are not thinking and they're just kind of going along with the herd, or there is an organized attempt to go ahead and create those alliances between some people where they present a united front against you, and that you feel double teamed, triple teamed in those types of situations. And when that happens, there's typically someone who is behind it. And what is behind it oftentimes is a combination of things. One, it can be a hurt that has not been dealt with, that they're obsessing about. It could be that someone is teaming up with them because they tend to take up offenses. Since I work many times with couples dealing with affairs, I have seen this where one family member actually wants to get close to the person that's alienated, but they go ahead and team up so that they can split them up, and then they can jump in there and do that. It's atrocious, but these days, a lot of the bonds that hold family together, love, common goals, common values, are not holding families together like they used to. And that means you're going to have to be aware of this danger and take some steps. This does mean that you're going to need to strengthen the ties and connections that you do have, which means, excuse me, you're going to need to do things like improve communication, keep the lines of communication open. When resolving conflicts, do not, avoid resorting to threats or violence or even brandishing weapons. And that goes to the point of even avoid the jokes and the humor where you are literally being cruel and tearing someone down. Because what happens with those people will take it personally, and when people take it personally, they tend to attack back personally. That sets a stage for problems to develop. You want to make sure that you take care of conflicts in a timely manner. Don't allow them to fester, as festering contributes to it. As much as possible, when you have an opportunity to make peace with them, go ahead and try to set up some common goals. Look for common ground. Be open to the fact that these days many people are under a lot of stress. They carry heavy burdens. They've got a lot on their mind, and they're not taking the time out to build up social relations like they should have. So be careful with your words, especially in name calling, or if you're a person who tends to like to use, oh, they're stupid, oh, you're stupid, that's stupid. That will create problems as well. Avoid getting caught up in secrets, because many times when you decide to go ahead and keep secrets, that becomes the foundation for some of those alliances to start forming. Which means, try to make sure that everyone's included that is a part of the problem or part of the solution. And if you do these things, I can't say that it will eliminate those type of splitting episodes, but it will definitely reduce them and keep them down to a minimum. Now, Francine, some of these other things you talked about, in terms of attacking online and trashing you, destroying property, those I would need to do separate videos on. But I did want to go ahead and cover the whole idea of families breaking down, because I'm hearing more and more of that in my counseling practice. And these are important issues to go ahead and deal with, because we need to be able to speak to one another and speak to one another in a loving way. Avoid saying things that are intentionally flaming and provocative, because there are some words that literally are used to pick fights, and those you want to avoid. This will give you some places to start. If you didn't know anything about the topic, this will start to equip you for it. Those of you who are wanting more in depth, I apologize. In terms of my audience, it's a wide audience with people of different levels of need and different levels of skills. We are just covering the basics to help you try to keep your family connections alive and vibrant. So until next time, this is Jeff Murrah, wishing you best regards. Goodbye.